that he can come to a different country and meet people on an equal par and give the words of wisdom that are generic.
I used to live here in New Zealand, in Hamilton, so I'm very much aware of the Maori traditions. I really respect the Maori traditions, and it's phenomenal that Rick and Saginaw have been able to catch up with the elders over here.
For this visit, we're hoping that we can not introduce Saginaw and Rick to the tourism party, but to the real Māori worldview in terms of coming out to meeting our people out at the marae.
I love the way we connected as natives, you know, and we spoke a lot about how similar our traditions, our gods, and our beliefs are to do with things like Mother Earth, Papatūnuku, how we must live together and help our planet out, otherwise we have nothing.
Saginaw Grant. I come from the Sac Fox Nation of Oklahoma, where I feel very welcome here. And it'll be a time that I'll never forget for the recognition that they gave me and the things that they told me and the way that they made me feel. You know, my people, my own people, treat me the same way, but there's something different about it. But another tribe go through that effort to make me feel welcome and make me feel a part of the tribe. You know, there's the love for people. I mean, the love of people to people. I mean, it seems like everybody cares for the other person, and that's the philosophy of our people, of the Native people of this country, is to respect everyone. Care about everyone, help whenever it's needed if you're able to help it, but do what you can. I think I stated that I've been honored a few times, but it's nothing like what happened here.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I was honored, but I mean, in a way that I realized how sincere and earnest it was, and that makes a lot of difference, you know. It wasn't read on a piece of paper or what I'd done, and the people here seem like they know me already because I feel that I know them. And that's one thing about the Native people. We all belong to different tribes in different parts of the world, but we all have one idea, one way of expressing, one way of enjoying life. One way it's supposed to be, but it's not. Even today, there's so much distractions of all sorts that you can't listen. In other words, you want to hear everything. And I'm starting a foundation. Well, it's already started. That has that mode in mind. When people come to our foundation, they may need need money for rent, or they may need food. We can't say, well, wait till we fill out some forms here, then we can give it to you.
There's a lot of politics
Just
in helping.
give it to them then. This young man here said, well, you know what? That old man knew what he was talking about. He'll remember something that I said or will say today. Both of you young men.
It's a generational thing.
Everybody here will remember something that I said today. And today I say that the history of the United States of America is propaganda. Because we could have easily killed Columbus. He could have been dead. Nobody would have never heard of him, but they didn't. they kept to their true word to help them, when they came ashore, fed them, furnished them food and everything. And when they were ready to leave, go ahead. Tell them about where you've been. But they didn't tell them. They said they were savages. When they got here, they were asked, why did you come to this country? You got a country over across the borders. Why did you come here? You have freedom of religion. After they'd been here for a little while, they took ours away from us. We could not practice our way of life or the way that we worshiped our Creator, God. We've always believed in one God, one person, one image. It's always been our belief, and it's been passed down. But they said, you can't do that. That's not right. You're not educated. You can't do this. Our way. I look at their way now, and I see nothing but quarrels, arguments.
War.
It's pitiful. And they say that they're Christians. Now I'm not being critical or anything. I'm telling you what is true. They argue about how to believe. You're not doing that right. We were the ones that know that. But when they say things like that, they don't know that they're showing how ignorant they are. And that's ignorance. Thinking that you're above anybody else, and you're not. You know, we're all related in a sense. I got 2 arms. Young man there's got 2 legs. We have the same nomenclature of having the same type of body. So there has to be some relationship there, or we wouldn't be able to be alike. There's a lot of people, especially LA, that don't even know that we exist anymore.
That is an eye-opening experience when you meet someone and they say, I've never seen a Native American before. And you're on my land.
And yet you walk the streets of New Zealand and you can identify Maori.
World. It's world. So just the fact that we're able to at least help structure and guide the portrayal of who we are has come a long way, you know. But we still deal with a huge amount of people who just watch too much TV. And we'd much rather have us do our best to structure a portrayal than have someone come in with painted face and a wig and pretend that they know how everything is because they're 132 Indian, but they have blue eyes, you know, and they need to wear sunblock. You know, it's still a struggle to make sure it's authentic and honorable and respectful. We're done playing drunk, savage killers, uneducated. We're done with that. It's not our reality anymore. It exists. I'm not denying it doesn't exist. But it's not our reality to portray this for people to perpetuate this stereotype, this stigmata that we live under.
We never scalped our people. We never scalped each other. There was a bounty put on our scalps by the white man. You get so much for each scalp, a male, a female, and a child. They actually poisoned, deliberately put yellow fever into blankets that they gave as gifts
To us.
to us.
They made deals with food that was rotten when it was delivered. Spoiled.
But see, none of that is in history.
Not one page of it is in a book that is taught, not even to college educated, mature individuals.
For me, you know, whenever I think about it, or anything about something that was horrible, really, it hurts me. How could we treat each other like this whenever there's no need? I mean, what was gained? What was gained from war? What is gained from war? Nothing. We all live here on Mother Earth. We're supposed to be related, as I said, and help each other all we can. You know what? The Marine Corps. I liked the service because it taught me how to be more disciplined, how to be more have a goal in mind and go for that goal if I wanted it. But I don't know. When you take a life, that's the worst thing you can do. Especially when you don't know the person that you took the life from.
I look at that system, and I think what resonates with me more is that I see war as a business based on profit, and that when there is no war, there is no production of the vehicles of war, and our government is very, very invested in the business of war, and that's a scary reality. Saginaw fought for our country so that I wouldn't have to. That's the passion and the commitment that he believes. That's the honor that I have for him, because I don't want to kill anybody.
You fought for your people.
For my people, not the government.
No,
I
for
fought
your
For our people.
this land that we call home, America. November the 10th is the birthday of the Marine Corps. As I said, once a Marine, always a Marine. But that part of my life I've tried to forget, and I have to a point. But I can't forget the ones who didn't come home. I think about them yet. As I said, I tried to forget that part of my life. But I was put in a place where I thought I was doing what I needed to do for my people. I mean all people. There's a saying among us Marines, once a Marine, always a Marine.
I think you'd find in a lot of different cultures there's something there that we can
Similar.
we can sort of hone in on and think, oh, you know, we do that.
I think
Or
the
we
thing
think
is
that
that
way, or we eat that, you know.
I think the thing is that the talk we've heard over the years is just be good to one another, and that's exactly how he came across.
Today, and we're all guilty. We don't want to solve our own situations. We don't use our mind no more. A situation comes up, you go to that computer, punch these buttons, punch these keys. You don't use your mind. You don't try to find the solution yourself. You depend on something mechanical. You rely on technology. It's good to a point, but we abuse that. There was a time in all of our lives that at the end of the day, when we sat down to dinner, we shared with each other. We talked about what we did during the day. We appreciated hearing the stories that what happened in your life. Today that don't happen. We're all texting at the table. We forget about we're with our family. We're in such a hurry today. We miss a lot of things that are meaningful. We miss a lot of things that the Creator put here for us to enjoy.
I always have to remind myself every day that my life is a blessing, and I do wake up every morning, and I do thank God that I've been given this opportunity. It's not something that I auditioned for. It's not something that was planned. There is no, formal opportunity, like a way to become to this place, because it was something that was seen by my elder, and I just know that my job was to be able to recognize the blessing and learn from it. A lot of people don't recognize the blessings that they have because they're very caught up in the day-to-day lives and their responsibilities. And if everybody took a stop and seeing what opportunities are around them for growth, they might have a better opportunity to fulfill their life's goals.
We miss a lot of things that take place in our lives. If we would just take our time, things happen around us every day of our lives. Things that we can use, things that we can appreciate, things that we can remember. So the principle of this story is take your time. Take your time. Live your life. Don't just go through it quick. You have no stories to tell. But if you take your time, you learn a great deal. You become wise. You become knowledgeable. There's stories like this that my grandpas and grandmas told me. And I use these things as an example of how to live my life. That's why today I have a lot of good memories, a lot of positive memories about my life. That's why tonight you're looking at a satisfied mind, a satisfied man. I don't want anything. I'm given everything that I need in life, every day of my life. Somehow the Creator provides my food, my shelter, my way of talking to people and appreciating people. So I have a full life. But today a lot of people, and we're all guilty of being in a hurry, wanting things done quick, taking shortcuts. When you take a shortcut, you miss out on a lot of things that could be happening over here, things that you could use, things that would fulfill your life. There are a lot of things that happen in my life today that make me realize that if I take my time, a lot of good things, positive things happen in my life. I've been to many places here on Mother Earth. A native person that never gets the opportunity to be in these places. But I've been to these places. I've been around the world 2 times. Not because I wanted to, but because I took my time and let things take place in my life. Let things happen in my life. Just as I'm here tonight speaking with you, trying to relay to you a message of take your time. Take your time. Don't hold on to the negative things that you've done in life that you don't want other people to know about?
Doesn't
The
matter what
message is
race,
global,
yeah,
though, eh, Mum?
yeah.
Like, in our world of Te Ao Māori, there's a saying, he aha te me nui, he tangata, he tangata. What's the most precious thing? And it's people. You know, he tangata, it is man, it is man, it is man. And today, that's what I see he represents.